If you'd like this book, go to scrapsteading.com. If you want it personalized, go to the website, and I can write something in there for you. Also, at our website, it's a new site altogether. You can check out everything else that we're selling over there as well. Hey, this is Billy, and I'm not alone from Perma Pastures Farm. I'm with my friend Matt. Not just my friend, but also co-writer of something very special that we just produced. Matt, why don't you tell them what it is?
Yeah, it's about a year in the making. It was a couple years ago at a festival, at a Homestead festival. We were both talking about kind of different book ideas. You were like, I want to write a book. I was like, I want to write a book. And so we sort of brought some ideas that we both separately were percolating on, and we thought about, what do we have in common? And a big part of what both you and I have had in common in our homesteading journeys is that we both started out from financial nothingness.
Yeah.
When we started out, we weren't like, oh, we have all this retirement money to spend on building a dream homestead or anything like that. It was like, I am poor, therefore I'm going to homestead. You started earlier than I did, kind of around 2008, I think is when the bug started to bite you a little bit.
Earlier, but generally that's when we really got serious, because it was a financial collapse.
And same with me, where 2020 was a catalyst and I was getting into it already, but suddenly it was like, oh, I need to grow food because I want to eat. And so with that common ground in mind, we talked about how what we should be writing is a book for people from any starting point, whether they are living in a van under a bridge, or whether they are renting, or whether they have a home but want to start homesteading but don't have any budget, or have a little budget, or even have a decent budget but want to really maximize it. What we wanted to write was a resource based on our experience and our journeys of how people could do that, and to just lay out all of the tools in a good, clear, concise manner. Use our examples, use other people's examples on how to access land with little or even no money, and how to feed our animals without buying feed, how to find mulches, how to find building materials, how to construct out of those building materials. So that's how scrapsteading came into being. It started off with one name, and then changed to another one, and we just sent each other ideas back and forth, and really just, I think it's been about a year we've been going back and forth.
Yeah, and scrapsteading, it was Matt's idea, and I thought it was fantastic because it kind of says it all, especially in this world right now where everything seems to be on shaky ground. And we saw this coming, both of us, for a while now. And we were thinking, is there a resource we could provide where we could collectively put at least a fair piece of what we both have done, what we've thought about, what we put into work, what works, what doesn't, or what didn't, and to put that in a book that kind of spells it out in such a way to where you could take all of these resources combined from both of us, whether on my end, whether it's property acquisition, or on his end, where he's literally able to find anything and make anything with it from places where most people would never expect to find them. And how we could put that in a book and make it make sense in such a way to all those, what Joel Salatin calls this homesteading tsunami, where all of these people are coming into this space, many of which right now are in a time, they're getting into this space at a time where inflation is going through the roof. So how do you do it? And that's exactly what we tried to solve, that problem within this, in scrapsteading, to where we're saying, okay, like Matt said, we each started from very, I don't think I'd be overstating it by saying humble beginnings.
Is generous.
If you looked at where he started, literally in a crack house. Hold on, you better tell this story, because I'm telling everybody.
A meth lab. There's a big difference. But yeah, I came from a musician's salary. I was before 2020 came around, and everything got shut down. I was a musician by trade, and that was the first thing they shut down. They sent cops in and shut down bars in Nashville while I was playing. It was just so surreal. And so my income, my one job skill, was absolutely gone overnight and worthless. And so it was from that starting point where I found a foreclosed trailer that was literally, it was a drug house. There were syringes, there were piles of trash, there was feces and not animal feces. There was frightening messages scribbled on the walls, holes in the house. Horrible scenario, but it was a starting point, and with no money, I was able to start building wealth and building a future, and building a future for a family. And my wife and I were able to, with homesteading, reducing our bills and providing for our food, we were able to move up a little bit and flip that and move to a larger place. And by keeping our expenses real low, feeding our animals on nothing, and starting our gardens with nothing, once again, our food budget started to go away, and that little bit of push, that little extra income, sometimes it's that extra $50 a month is all you need to turn that snowball from going into debt into building wealth and getting out of debt and being able to build bigger and bigger homesteads.
And he's being quite modest because you could even look Chronicle on his YouTube channel where he would go out there and find some scraps and do some incredible stuff with it. I've been there. I've seen the place. I saw where he started and what he turned it into, and then, progressively moved into another place, fixed it up, and then another place, and then proceeding every single time down the road with all the skills that we provide in this book. And then on my end, where this is the beauty about it, is that when we decided to do this, it was Matt's understanding about how to take things that most people would want to throw away and combine that maybe with some of the skill that we've put together in, let's say, a chicken tractor on steroids. Taking all these different resources, putting it into a cohesive way for somebody with very, very little, because both of us started with very, very, very little. And even now, this crunch is hitting everybody. And with the resources we provide in this book, we're able to take all those people who are new to this space, or maybe some old hands that really haven't considered the full extent of what they can do with materials that they would ordinarily throw away. There's a whole lot in there. It's not a lofty read. It's not going to be anything that's hard to read.
About 100 pages.
Yeah,
even I can read it.
Yeah. So you're going to get through it quick, and it was designed to be that way. So Matt, obviously a number of people are going to want to know where to get this. So
it'll be on scrapsteading.com. Gabby made that. My wife, she's the technical person. I'm not. So you go to the website. It'll take you right to the Amazon link where you can order it and get it mailed out. And then you can track one of us down, and you can track Billy down and stalk him and make him sign it.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that at his festival actually coming up. That's going to be at, do we have a date for that yet?
Yep, September 22nd through the 24th, Back to the Land.
And that is going to be Back to the Land, which is becoming quite the festival these days. So we're going to be there. We'll be doing a book signing at that, and we hope to see all of you there as well. Till next time, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm, along with my main man, Matt, from Homestead for a Living. And that's what this book is really kind of designed to help you start to do, all right? So we'll see y'all next time.
See ya.